Good morning, everyone, and thank you for tuning in this morning. Today is Friday, October 30th, and we're here today with the Mexican Consulate, and we're going to be talking about Binational Health Week. Today is our last segment for Binational Health Week. My name is Ricardo Romero-Morales, Lead Public Information Officer and Coordinator of Binational Health Week. But before we get started, we're going to be removing our face coverings. That way our ASL interpreters can understand what we're saying, and so you as well who is watching us right now. So this morning, we want to provide you with an update about our current cases here in Santa Clara County. The numbers from yesterday are appearing right now under your screen, and you can take a look at where we are. We highly encourage you to continue to practice social distancing, wear your face covering, and as well as to remember that outdoors is safer than indoors. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started with our segment this morning. So this morning, we have Alejandra Maria Gabriela Bologna, who is the Consul General of Mexico here in San Jose. Good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for the invitation.
Absolutely. So Binational Health Week, just as a reminder for everybody who's watching today, Binational Health Week is a collective and a partnership with multiple community partners, volunteers, and other federal agencies. And the main purpose is to provide resources and education to our community, especially the Latino community or the Latinx community who live here in Santa Clara County. Binational Health Week takes place in Mexico, the United States, Canada, and other parts of the country, of the world. So thank you, everybody. And this year, we're actually celebrating 16 years of Binational Health Week here in Santa Clara County and 20 years binationally between Mexico and the United States. So let's go ahead and get started. Consul, Binational Health Week has been such a great opportunity for us to continue partnering up and working together to provide services to our community. And the Mexican Consulate here in San Jose has been a long-lasting partner for many, many years now. So can you tell us a little bit about the importance of Binational Health Week and this partnership and the benefits for our community?
Jeff, of course. It's 20 years ago born this binational initiative with the concern of taking more care about this immigration and migration movement daily that we have in the border between Mexico and the United States, and the need to have more education and working together on health issues. And was born 20 years ago, and with the County of Santa Clara, I'm really glad that has been 16 years working together hard to give to our community all the information and the services that are essential for them to know more about the care they need to have about their health. So I'm really glad working with the County of Santa Clara. I want to thank all the efforts that have been done, and also to thank all the different organizations in the health area that we work with year by year, each time trying to enforce our activities and having more events for the benefit of our community.
Absolutely. Yes, that is a special thanks to all of our community partners. Binational Health Week will not be possible without all the support of our community partners, community agencies, and our volunteers. Every year, we add more and more new community partners to our list and more volunteers. But talk to us a little bit about COVID-19. So with the pandemic, I know this year for Binational Health Week, we had to rethink about the approach and how we were going to plan to reach out to our Latino community here in Santa Clara County. So what was the impact that COVID-19 had at the Mexican Consulate? Did it impact the services that you all provide?
Well, it has been a challenge since the beginning of March, when it was the decision of lockdown. And while we start reopening activities about the middle of May, how we change everything also at the consulate, trying to give in the essential services that our community needs. So we follow all the health these positions that the county has established. We put also some protection in the windows that we have for the attention of the community. We have we taste them with a thermometer every day, temperature to everyone. Also, we have some gel for disinfection, and we clean all stations since every person that has been attended. So we're taking care also with the social distance that we need to take care. But it has been a challenge because we know the need our people has for getting their documents, their ID, their passport, their matricula consular, that are essential documents that they need to move in the different activities that they do. So it has been a challenge also during the Health Week because we switch in a new way to communicate with our community. And it was with the technology that this is the best place for being with technology development that has Silicon Valley. So we switch and we have a lot of seminars, webinars, and different activities to keep informed our community about the main disease that could affect them and how they can prevent and how they can work with different organizations and community health organizations to prevent or be more informed about what they need to do. And in the case of COVID, and knowing the importance that we have a lot of essential workers in our community, supermarkets, but also in fields working very hard. So we recommend always to do frequently tests. Also at the Consulate, we more or less monthly do tests to keep safe our people and to keep safe the community. And during the event of the week, we have flu shots and we have also some COVID tests.
Amazing.
Free.
Thank you. Thank you. That is an amazing work that you all are doing. And thank you for continuing to follow the social distancing protocols and the guidelines and following the health orders that the county has put in place to keep everybody safe and protected. And also thank you for continuing to provide the services to our Latinx community. We know that IDs, passports are essential documents that people need sometimes to go to the doctor or to do any paperwork or filing anything that they might need to do now in these difficult times. So I'm glad to hear that you guys continue to provide those services for our community. And I am so pleased to hear that you are providing also COVID-19 testing and flu shots. For all of you who are watching us today, remember that this year is not the year to miss the flu shot. With COVID-19 and the flu going around, circulating in our community, this is the important part of protecting yourself in our community, and it is by getting your flu shot. And so tell us a little bit about the activities that you had during the month of October by Binational Health Week. You mentioned that you had webinars and you also had some of the events that happened at the location, which were some testing events and flu shots. Was there anything else that happened during this month?
Yes, we have different events and webinars and also with other organizations trying to give information. We know the main disease that our people are affected, our Latinos are affected, is blood pressure, diabetes, and also, well, in this case, the COVID. So what we did is some webinars focused on heart disease, the blood pressure, the importance of having a good nutrition, and the test for COVID. Also, some interviews with different physicians that they talk about the COVID-19, the importance of getting the test, what to do if they are or think that they are sick, and also the importance of getting the flu shot. As you mentioned, it's trying to prevent, to reinforce our bodies and not get too difficult virus as influenza and at the same time COVID, because this could be very aggressive to our community. So we keep with all this kind of information. We have Ventanilla de Salud, window health that works daily at the consulate. In this time it has been changed. It's not in presence, but we have a website, and through the Facebook page of the consulate you can access to get information about any kind of health interest for our community.
Amazing. And we do want to share with all of you some pictures and some images from this month Binational Health Week this year. As I mentioned earlier, this is the 16th year that we're celebrating Binational Health Week here in Santa Clara County. And on your screens right now, you will be seeing something that we put together for all of you to watch. And here we can see that we prioritize the topics for 2020 include COVID-19, access to healthcare, chronic diseases, mental health, and women's health. And you can see this is our flyer. This is what we put together this year. As you can see, all of our graphics include a face covering, just as a friendly reminder for our community. That is an important step for us to continue to protect one another. And we also had, it was a bilingual document, a bilingual flyer, which we had English and Spanish with the QR code for people to be able to scan and access our calendar of events. Back in the, October 3rd, we had our Feria de Salud, or health fair, a virtual health fair that was that we put together with different community partners, and where we talked about COVID-19, the emergency department, and the rights of our workers, and the resources and the centers that we have for our Latinx community. Here are some images of that health fair that we had. We can see that Dr. Cody was also part of our health fair, as well as our consul from Mexico, our president, Cindy Chavez from our Board of Supervisors. We had people from La Ventanilla de Salud, and we had other community partners who were there and experts to talk about the importance of Binational Health Week and how to continue to navigate through these difficult times and access services during COVID-19. The following Saturday, we had our COVID-19 testing site. This was in partnership with the Children's Discovery Museum and the Guadalupe River Park Conservancy and other community partners, in where we were able to provide COVID-19 testing and flu shots. As you can see here, we have some images. That day we had 272 COVID-19 tests, and we were able to provide flu shots, 131 flu shots. And that is thanks to our community partner, the Bay Area Community Health Partner, who were able to provide our flu shots. And also every Friday, as you can all remember, we had our segments for Binational Health Week, both in English and Spanish. So here you see some familiar faces. We talked about anywhere from accessing to healthcare, how to register, to HIV and STDs, as well as Latinas contra el Cáncer, and learning when and how to do a cancer screening. We also learned about the history of the LGBTQ community. We talked about the California Access Program and how can people reach out to this program to get resources needed. And today we're talking about here with the Mexican Consulate. And the Mexican Consulate also put together some events. As you can see, we had the proclamation back on October 6th, and this is where the Board of Supervisors here in Santa Clara County acknowledge and recognize October as being the month of Binational Health Week. Here we see some pictures of people getting the flu shot over at La Ventanilla de Salud, or the window of health, over at the Mexican Consulate. And here we see some pictures of our community partners that the Mexican Consulate put together. We see the American Heart Association, who was also part of this wonderful month of events. And they also provided their own COVID-19 testing and flu shot site, in where they were able to provide 84 COVID-19 tests to our community, and 58 flu shots. So thank you everybody for making Binational Health Week a success. Regardless of the COVID-19 pandemic that's going on, that did not stop us to continue to provide services to our community. And thank you to all of our community partners and volunteers, and to all of you who were willing to go and reach out to those resources and learn more about how you or someone that you love can get the services. So Consul, some of the main services that the Mexican Consulate offers includes passports, la matrícula consular, but are there any other services that our community perhaps are not aware of? And if so, what are those services and how can they access them?
Yes, we have a lot of different activities, and for serving our community, we have the main that's using passport and the matrícula consular. It says a consular ID. It's the consular registration, and we gave them ID identification for that. And we also do, for example, the letters for attorney power is when our community, our people, needs to do some specific trial or some specific opening an account or selling some properties, and they can't be there in that moment. So we use the documents that they can give this attorney to another person, this power to another person. So we do that. And also we have the birth certificates. It's for us, the siblings, the daughters and sons of Mexicans, they are Mexicans, but they need to do the birth certificate to have their documents. So we also do that process, but at the same time we have a protection department. So we gave a lot of information and attend our community when they are in a vulnerable situation. We are focused on domestic violence. We help women that are in a specific or delicate situation. And also, we attend, for example, when Mexican pass away, we send their bodies to Mexico because it's a very honoring ceremony for them to give their desire to go back to Mexico and be the rest of their lives spent there. So we also have different departments. This education window that we have at the community department, that it's different activities that we have directly with the community, the health window, and also a financial window. So we gave information our community could navigate. It's sometimes complicated. It's a cultural difference to understand how to access to education, how to access to the health system, or how to improve their financial situation, familiarly, or going ahead with another projects to become more entrepreneurial or business people. So we gave all this information, and we also have a close relationship with the local authorities and also economic and a cooperation department. So it's try to make more close the relationship with Mexico and the different counties and cities that are in our jurisdiction.
Amazing. I'm still blown away with all of the services that the Mexican Consulate offers. I remember at some point my mom lost her birth certificate and we had to go to the Mexican Consulate to get a copy of her birth certificate, and it was super easy. It was just paying for the copy and here you go, here you have it, and that was an easy process. We thought it was going to be a longer process that will take months, but actually we were able to get it done in one day. So thank you. And Consul, you were talking about earlier the importance of getting tested, especially for our frontline workers. Is there a message that you want to put out there to our frontline workers, especially to our Latinx, to our Latinos who live here in Santa Clara County, and how they can protect themselves?
Yes, of course. I think that our community sometimes is concerned and afraid for doing the test because what happens if they get ill, if they can lose their job, if how they are going to support their families, or what they can do. Dealing or navigating with all these different situations make them become afraid, and sometimes it's an obstacle of going to do frequently this test. My recommendation is to do it because it's better to know on time if they could be infected by the virus. And in that, if this is the case, they can go to different organizations to take care of them or their situation. But what is also important is to be isolated and not continue to spread the virus with some, maybe they are also asymptomatic, maybe it's a person that will have no symptoms, but it could may be contagious to some member or their family, and then could be a worse situation. So our recommendation is to keep using your mask, washing frequently your hands, getting tests, and continue with social distance.
Thank you so much. That is a highly important message to our community. So remember, continue to wear your face covering, your face mask, keep your distance of more than 6 feet. The more distance, the better, or the safer. And also remember that outdoors is safer than indoors, especially as we move into tomorrow, which many of you are excited about Halloween. We know that many of you have traditions of dressing up, celebrating with your friends, family, and I know this year is going to be a little bit different. But let's go ahead and get creative and use that imagination to implement a face covering to your costume. Decorate your face covering. Decorate your house. If you want to hide some candies around and do like a scavenger hunt for the kids inside the house, that is highly recommended as well. And remember that if you are going to be going with people or getting together with people that do not live with you, to make sure that this happens outdoors, remembering that outdoors is safer than indoors, and the more distance, the better. Remember to wear your face covering. Consul, and for us Latinos, we tend to celebrate Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead. Are there any recommendations that you want to continue to give to our community?
Yes, of course. I know the importance of the Day of the Dead has in our community. It's an ancestral ceremony. It was before in the month, more or less August of the Mexican Aztec calendar. And then we see with the colonization of Spanish and the Catholic celebration of the Day of the Dead on November the 2nd. It's a really special event in Mexico because it's a way to commemorate our people that has been, or more families, members that has been anticipated in or being dead. So what we do, or what we can recommend to our community, is to try to take a photo of their altars, because it's a set of beautiful altars that we have. Send their photographs, try to do a contest on that. Also, and mask, having the Catrinas, some designs, and you can have also a contest. Another recommendation is, if you want to celebrate, do it just with the members in the same house that are living at this time, and doing different websites or using the technology if you want to connect with other members of your family. And keep using the mask and the social distance.
Amazing. Thank you so much for those words. And I do want to remind you that here at the Public Health Department at the Emergency Operations Center, in collaboration with all of the health officers from the Bay Area, we have put together some guidance around Halloween, and you can find that on our website, and that website is sccgov.org/CV19 Halloween. You can also see that website right now on your screens. And there you will find some tips of how to keep celebrating Halloween in a safer manner. We do break it down into what is recommended, what is medium risk, and high risk. So please do visit that website and make the smart decision, the decision that can save your life or the life of a loved one. So before we go, Consul, do you have any last words for our community?
Well, is the importance, and I want really to thank again the county and the different partnerships that we have during this Health Week, and also the people, the community that follow us in the different webinars and at the consulate in the different events that they have for the test and the flu shots. The health is the most precious treasure that we have, so it is important to take care. Without no health, you can work and you can do all your dreams that you are focused on. So continue to taking care about the importance of prevent disease and keep safe. In these days, we know that it's increasing the case of COVID. We know that our community is the most affected because they are essential workers. So try to keep safe. And here's the Consulate of Mexico. Anything that you need, you can call us, you can come to the Consulate, and we can give you the orientation, the information that you will need.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in this morning. As a reminder, please remember to be safe, especially during this weekend around Halloween. If you continue to practice your social distance of more than 6 feet, then please continue to wear your face covering and continue to wash your hands and get tested. We highly encourage you to continue to monitor your health and the health of your loved ones. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in to all this Fridays during the month of October, celebrating Binational Health Week. And just want to let you know that our Facebook Lives will be resuming next week on Wednesdays and Fridays. And also, we do have a special Facebook Live today at 1 p.m. and this is regarding voting. So please tune in around 1 p.m. So you can learn more about where to vote and how to vote safely. Thank you, everybody.